We have a lot of clients who are on 340B. They do very well with it. Some of them kind of dip their toe into it, and it doesn't make it's not what it could be.
Or Scotty, we have people that get into it and they don't have anyone look over the contract. And so we have seen contracts that are not great.
Well, and I wanted to bring up too, sometimes they think that if they're in a contract, they can't renegotiate it within a certain time period.
Right.
And I always say, let's go back to, this is a partnership. And we've had a lot of success going back and showing the data to the covered entity and having contracts change outside of those contract terms. Because, if you can show that the pharmacy is losing money, like, come on, like hospital clinic, they don't want them. A lot of times people set up these contracts, they don't even know the impact. They'll just sign it thinking, I'm just going to be a partner with this clinic and have no idea. Now, it's not as bad now that DIR fees are at point of sale.
Right.
But if you were on a flat fee before and you were keeping like $40 and then you had a 10% DIR fee later, they were really seeing some financial cash issues. Mm-hmm. And so
I was going to ask you about that DR fee change and how that's impacting that 340B, because a lot of contracts didn't consider that DR fee previously.
Well, it's interesting because the way that it's the language of some of the agreements would say, like it would be like a percent of total amount collected, but some of the PSAOs would withhold that money. So adjudicate a claim, it comes back and says pharmacy is going to be paid $100. They would actually only receive, let's say, $90 because they're holding that money. So they're not really collecting it. And so that's been a challenge to how do you interpret collected. But it's actually, if pharmacies are on a percent-based dispensing fee, it's actually helping them now. Because before, let's say they were getting 20%, then they were paying 10% after that DIR fees, right? Now they're maybe getting paid a lower amount at point of sale, but they're keeping that whole 20%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So from an accounting standpoint, it's a little bit cleaner, to understand.